Laurentia is in Nungwa. Shag is in Joanna. Squeezing a couple. Ray's in Accra. But you know it, we start the way we start. Folks, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And I'll say that again. Well, folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa. And as you know it, this year marks my 10th anniversary as a chief and 15 years as a human being. 50 years. So I have two big jubilees to celebrate, and that's come first week in April, which is Easter. All roads will be leading to the great republic of Edumasa, the only republic that's refusing to leave Ghana. Well, folks, let me welcome you to the most relevant and beautiful ritual on radio, a ritual for the informed. That I believe so. A ritual for the cultured, a ritual for the discerning. Folks, it's a ritual for the patriot, a ritual for those with depth, those with understanding. And above all, folks, is a ritual for the truly Ghanaian. And this can only be heard and performed and allowed on the one and only Joy 99.7 FM. I'm telling you, not many stations can handle some of the topics that we treat on this station. And to you, my audience, I am so grateful, because no matter how hard I hit, you take it in true good faith and you hit back and we talk and discuss, and sometimes it has been sensitive. And today, maybe we are bordering on that sort of sensitivity. So, folks, welcome to the ritual that I call That's My Opinion. And our topic today is cash for parliamentary seats. I told you sensitive. Cash for parliamentary seats. Folks, maybe it's too early to discuss this matter. So we may have to discuss it again, a few years to come. But I don't know how we can solve it, whether today or a few years to come, because it is common knowledge that generally we are scared of the truth. We are very good at pretending that a wrong never happened. It could be living with us, and we'll turn a blind eye and act surprised. Anytime it happens, we act surprised. I was watching this cartoon, right? This little character, it was his birthday, and he was alone. So he buys this cake and puts it on the table. And then he comes to his own room, his light is off, and then he walks quietly to the table and then flicks on the light and sees the cake, and then he just, hey! And then he thinks, no, his reaction wasn't good enough. So he walks back out, turns off the light, and then creeps back in, and then turns on the light, sees the cake on the table, and then he acts so surprised. And look, that character sometimes is depicting of us. Something that we live with year in, year out for years, but anytime it comes, we seem to act surprised. And so dealing with this issue, I don't know. We act as though a wrong has never happened. Also, because of how we worship politics. Folks, the way we worship politics, it only bothers us when the other side does it. If it comes from within us, we're not too bothered. A very strange phenomenon, because no matter which side did it, it affects us all. So side A constructs a road, it's terrible, we are all bumping into a pothole, but I'm in side A, so it's not too bad of a pothole anyway. But side B will be kicking until side B comes, they construct the same road, and We fall in the pothole and suddenly side B is okay. A very strange phenomenon. And I mean, I can cite tons and tons of examples in different spheres of our lives. And I'm sure you can do too. Folks, today you have to bear with me. Bear with me a while. Because I'm going to do something very un-Ghanaian. I want us to worry about 2024. Now that's so un-Ghanaian, folks. And so I've already apologized. And I've already asked you to bear with me. Because I want us to worry about 2024. I want us to think through how 2020 elections and campaigning will not be repeated or even made worse, which will be the case if not checked and talked about. Folks, in all my days, I have not seen such obscene and profane amount of money spent in pursuit of a parliamentary seat. No, you didn't hear me. I said, in all my days, I have not seen such obscene and profane amount of money spent in pursuit of a parliamentary seat. Now, these days I'm old, and very soon I'll become a senior citizen, so I tread, very, very cautiously. So even though I may not, I'll go easy on the attack and everything, I won't mention names. I am very sure most of you have heard of monies that were being doled out. And it started, folks, from the primaries. Some even start before those who now are vying for seats. No, they start before. They start giving out money. And constantly, for 4 years, they become sort of the money solution for the constituents. Anything that has got money solution, it's them. So if you're going to get married, if you give birth, your son is in the hospital, your wife is in the hospital, there's a funeral, anything that has to be solved by money, that's the answer. And continuously and heavily they pay. Folks, attending every funeral, every festival, church event, any social gathering in the constituency, they are there. Should they win the primaries and get into the main elections, all hell breaks loose for the spread of even more money. Now, I once asked the youth in my area that, assuming these guys even had they had their own printing machine to print the machine, have you bothered to find out where they buy the ink from? Where do they even get the ink from? All this money. But 2020 December was just profane. Folks, a candidate will have to hire a bus, get to Accra or whatever the main city is, get people who hail from his or her area to board this bus for free, to go home to register. But not unless they have been paid 50 Ghana cedis. And not unless they get a takeaway pack of rice with some fried dead chicken on it. So they come and get registered. And the bus will wait to take them back to wherever they came from. The delegates, folks, who have become the most dishonest group of people in Ghana. Well, let me be politically correct and say some of them have become the most dishonest group in Ghana. They will promise all the candidates that come past that, yes, we are with you, you have our vote. And yet they are lying. They will take their portions of monies and gifts and anything from all the candidates. And the candidates, before you go, you must ask, what did Abeku give them? Say, well, Abeku gave them 2 bottles of water. Well, give me 3 bottles of water. They then will ask, what did Nana, the next one, what did Nana give? Nana gave 3 bottles of water. Well, give me 3.5 bottles of water. So it's a competition to give envelopes and gifts in order to get these people to be on their side. And this was 2020. Folks, delegates in 2020 were receiving televisions, fridges, some handsome envelopes. I mean, they were getting stuff. In many instances, folks, in many of the instances, these candidates vying for these seats would have to borrow money, solicit from friends, companies, anyone that's willing to help, whatever the motive, whatever their background. It's just the money they want. They didn't inquire. They don't inquire. Anybody that was ready to give, they were ready to receive. And bear in mind, you're going to represent people. Somebody is giving you money. His motion or his thought for giving you money could go contrary to the people you were going to represent. Guy could be giving you money because he wants to plant GMO. The people who you are representing don't want GMO, but you don't care. You need the money. So as at now, folks, these MPs who are fighting for seats and agitating in the House, most of them are in heavy debt. Either indebted to individual people or some loan sharks. Some indebted in terms of favors, should they get a position, which they would have to pay one way or the other. And we are the ones who have chopped the bigger chunk of all these monies that they have borrowed. Yet, we are the same ones demanding good government with no corruption. Yakrona, we who have demanded the monies for these people to borrow whatever it is, we have also taken it, put the fridges and the TVs in a room, the envelopes, the rice, the free bus rides, everything. We say, now we want good governance. We want you to be squeaky clean with no corruption. And I'm saying, even if he was printing the money, have you asked him, where do you get so much ink to print so much money? Folks, now the electorate have seen that there's even more money. Wherever it came from, there is more. So come 2024, they will be waiting power. Oh, and what even, rocked the boat was when they went to Parliament and there's rumor that, the ruling party side had taken some money and voted against the things. Oh, sir, we are waiting for you. And I just don't know how this money culture can be surpassed or even maintained. If indeed in 2024 you need extra money to come and do the same campaign or even maintain it, I don't know how. Truth be told, folks, currently we may not have as much as representatives in the Houses of Parliament. What we may have are survivors. I said, truth be told, currently we may not have as much as representatives in the Houses of Parliament. What we may have are survivors. They may be thinking of how to repay debts and still doling out money. Maybe not as much as election time, but still, you're born someone, they're going to festival. They may be thinking of that too. But we may have turned our representatives in the House into full-time survivors. And we have to think again. We have to start discussing how it is that we can send them back on a campaign trail with much, much less money and much, much lower stakes. Folks, their major concern may not be what their constituents are thinking of. Indeed, even in the best of times, they represent their party first before us, let alone now. But do we blame them, folks? Are we still blaming them, or the blame goes on both sides? I don't know. When I started, I said this is very young Ghanaian. Admitting the truth, planning ahead, and facing the fact. It's all not part of our game. But believe me, when these chickens, whenever they come home to roost, oh my God, it will not be a pretty sight. The day we hit the crescendo where the money is now spent beyond reason, I don't think it will be a pretty sight. And in all seriousness, folks, before God and man, what are we creating? Folks, in all seriousness, what are we creating? To the extent that when people who got a free bus plus 50 Ghana cedis pack of jollof just to go to your hometown to register. On the day of voting, it was the same procedure. Only this time I'm told they were giving 80 cedis. Just go and cast your own vote. But check this out. When they got there, they heard that, hey, hold on. Some people got TVs, some got fridges, some got both, some even got 500 Ghana cedis. So there's an aluta. In that case, our money should be increased. Otherwise, we won't vote. Jesus Christ. In that case, our money should be increased. Otherwise, we won't vote. Free bus, free food, pocket money. Bus is waiting for you to cast your vote and take you back home. No. You must give us some more. Otherwise, we will not vote. It was scary. From morning till 3 p.m. You should see the skirmishes and the begging and the coaxing and the pampering and the desperately trying to find someone who apparently is keeping some monies to release it so that they can top up for these people just that they can cast their vote. I'm sure it sounds like a bad comedy film. It sounds like a really bad, unwell-directed Kumawood film. No! The actuality on the ground. Free bus. From wherever you are to your hometown, pack of lunch, drink, pocket money, and you realize that no. Joe, you have to give me a bit more money. Otherwise, I won't vote. I mean, how do you even know he's going to vote for you anyway? Folks, we are bringing up a generation who think that even if they visit the bathroom, somebody should pay. We are bringing up a generation who have a complete mad sense of entitlement. Absolute delusional sense of entitlement to the point that even if I'm going to cast a secret ballot, I mean, that it doesn't get lower than that. You're not casting a ballot to guarantee, say, look, you're going to do it in secret. And even that, if I don't pay for you, you won't do the secret ballot. Wow. So the fact is, folks, if anyone shows the slightest interest of representing their constituents, the first question you have to ask them is, do you have money? It's not, what agenda are you going to lobby for? This is a thick green area with lots of bushfires. Are you going in there to try that we get some forest guards here to protect our forest? This is probably a very good cassava planting area. Are you going in there to solicit for some big deal so that we plant cassava and make something out? What are you going to the house to do? The question is, do you have money? And truly, he will go and find the money. And not once would they even have a surgery to say, oh, on such and such a day, MP1 or MP2 wants to meet stakeholders. So we discuss what this constituency would need. No. You have to go to him early in the morning. Please, my wife is pregnant. But, I hear the worst one is, I want money to go and, give to somebody to do an abortion. So, folks, they are all in there, 275 of them. And I'm saying we may have created survivors because they have spent so much money. If you look at the killings, the fightings, the agitation, because there's a lot of money at stake and it's not theirs. If I don't get this MP-ship, I am in trouble. Someone told me that, look, my friend lost and he said he's in 800,000 Ghana cedis in debt. He didn't get the seat. 800,000 Ghana cedis. That's the debt there. He has to go and find it from somewhere. He says, Nana, you see my friend, and he's like a feather, shaking. I mean, where is he going to get the money from? Spent all that money and did not get it. So cash for parliamentary seats. How do we sit down and find some ways and means and policies and guidance and laws and rules and regulations to bring this cost down? Folks, to bring this cost down so that when somebody comes in, the cost is not that much where if they lose, it is a do or die. But now it is, folks. If you lose, you're dead. If you lose, you are dead. You're finished. So at all cost, you must win. Whether it's shooting, stealing, snatching, whatever it is, you must win. Because Canada ain't easy. Now I'm saying maybe it is too early to start this discussion. So maybe sometime along the year, maybe 2-3 years time, we'll bring it back and talk about it again. But we should not brush this thing under the carpet. Because how do you get young men and women, pick them from their home for free, food, money, go and vote and says, no, you must give me more money, otherwise I won't vote. Folks, this can never be a country or system that you're living. That yes, this is the country we are living for you. But you know what? It's 0302216541. It is 0302216541. And as usual, you may agree, you may disagree, add to, take some out, but we all do it agreeably and beautifully. And this is on WhatsApp, and he says, I wish this topic can be broadcast in our local language because this party delegates illiterate and they take good deeds and vote incompetence people who misbehave in our parliament. God save Banagana. I rest my case. Nana Patrick from Vegas. Okay, so who's on the line?
This is Ajman Joseph from Nana Ansah. Nana, good evening.
Good evening, Ajman.
Nana, God bless you for such a topic. And in this world, if you have a follower who is more sensible and reasonable than the one leading him or her, it's a big problem. If delegates would decide to choose someone to lead us, but we, the grassroots, decide not to go that way. And the person that was rejected by the most sensible person or persons forming the delegates choose such a person, and that person was nowhere to be found. And the one which was rejected, and those, excuse my word, from the grassroots, chose that person has become the most important person. Then where are the leaders and who is the discerning person? So you could see that it is not a matter of our leaders trying to choose somebody who is good for us, but somebody who can put something into their pocket, somebody who can put some fish into their soup. Those are the people they are choosing. Yet, we say we have leaders whom we are looking forward to. It's a very big problem. So if we, from the grassroots, are not trying to be sent and also think for ourselves, they will always mislead us. God bless you, Nana, for such a wonderful topic.
God bless you too. Oh, yes, Nana, as an individual, I remain worried. Election 2024, I wonder why a political aspirant tells the populace, I want to help govern Ghana. Yet you will go to any length, paying monies to get into that noble office. It's an irony, but yet those same questionable aspirants. It's an irony. Yet those same questionable aspirants always win. So we, the populace, validate these characters. I bow in shame. God's own Ghana deserves better. Shame mixing yabua, bros, barbecue. But Nana is on the line. Hello, Nana.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Nana.
Hope you're doing well.
I'm good, my brother.
Okay. So, just like you said, the problem is not just that we are part of the problem. Well, thing is, I'm at Adenta, and during the election, I saw what happened. 2 trailers of 3 machines I saw it with my own eye. You know, the thing is, we need to sanitize our brains. Early this January, I heard the conversation of parliamentarians, El Garcia, and I heard how they were defending this thing. And just like you said, they were using, we pay school fees, we go to funerals, we do this, we don't know how much money that goes into campaign. And I asked myself, who sent you? Who sent you? So you are doing all this, and after you are given the opportunity, which you say you are going to step, after you are given the opportunity, you want to take this huge sum of money, after you've taken monthly, whether salary or allowance or whatever, you are being paid, and after you are done with your service, they have to calculate it and pile it up for you again once you are going home, and you want it to be increased, and you use this as an excuse. And people of this country say they don't hear. And the next 4 years, they'll follow them and go and vote for them again. Won't ask questions. I will.
Thank you very much. This is a very serious issue. The amount of money politicians spend on campaign is not equivalent to what they amass when they come into power. And when they get the power, they forget the people who helped them to put them there. So the best way is to milk them of their resources and leave them to their own fate. It's about time politicians stop taking voters and populace for granted. I am Aigbeni Dogbeda from Nungwa Barrier. But on the line is Papa Ansah. Hello, Papa Ansah.
Great King. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This topic is very great. I hope our MPs and incoming presidents are listening. You see, I know someone who is in this current government, worked in Jubilee House. Within 3 years, got money, is now an MP, incoming MP. So I asked myself, where did this man get the money to buy tellies, fridges, cookers for delegates? Meanwhile, he is forgetting that we, the grassroots people, will vote for them, not the delegates. So I always tell people that, you see, nobody should tell me that, me, Papa Ansah, I'm going to become a president or an MP to help you. No. Look at this 6 billion that they are amassing, they are going to take. Would they give the delegates? Would they give we, the ordinary people? Come and see my road. Come and see. Nothing is working. And we spent a whole bunch of money to get power, kill people. Look at how MP are struggling ballot. They are taking ballot papers here and there. Nana, you'll be a great king.
Thank you very much, Papa Ansah, for listening and calling. Oh, Nana Ansah, this one says, oh, Nana, you get to articulate my thoughts better and so eloquently, minus the rage in me when I express these to my colleagues. There can't be any other time. The time to talk about it. Ghanaians are so myopic and hypocritical such that it transforms into ignorance. I was privy to the very example you are citing, and it's very unbelievable, true as much as it was shocking to the bone. The actor in question opined the funds are from above. Good evening, FM in Oyibi. But on the line is Kwabna in USA. Ojam.
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
Nana, thank you for your topic. Your topic was on national security. And anything which borders on national security, we need to pay very serious attention to it because of the consequences. Consequences of corruption and the remaining issues. But my point also is, like the earlier caller said, the reason why they need all this money is the state that's supposed to provide. It's not the individual MP. No. Because the things they're doing is criminal. And anything which is criminal, it means we need to enforce the laws to make sure we end those acts. So my point is that what is the Attorney General doing to prevent undue influence of the electorate? Also, the second one, since it's a consent to act, we need somebody who is ethical in Parliament to champion our cause so that we can bring out the rules and regulations to prevent such acts. Do we have such a person in Parliament? I doubt it, because it's like they are a clique of individuals who pursue something which is of their interest and not the national interest. So we need to start protesting so that the good things will be done, because it's a very serious issue.
Thank you very much, and God bless you, my brother. Politics has become so expensive that it takes a lot of money to even be defeated. Will Rogers. Nana, this topic shouldn't just remain on this platform. You should ask us to take action. Let's start now and let the petition flow. Lord, have mercy. Odote ni Odote. And the number is 0302 216 541. 0302 216 541. Godwin is on the line. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening, Godwin.
And thank you for this educative topic.
You're welcome.
What I'll say is, because when the MP comes to you vying for your vote, we ask for personal favors.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you intend go and ask for accountability when he finally gets the seat? And the third aspect of it is the party apparatus. When people want to hold leaders accountable, they will come at you. So now those who have the voice to ask for accountability will just sit down quietly and then watch what goes on. Just what happened in Parliament last Friday. It just tells us the mentality of the average Ghanaian. We love positions. Why will you come to Parliament at 2 a.m. just because you want to sit on the majority side of Parliament? But when it's time for real business, they will all be absent in the chamber and will be asking, what is happening, what's happening? But when it's time to take up the position of just majority and whatever, you saw they came there at 2 a.m. But as I said, do we have the moral grounds to even ask accountability from them? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much too for calling 0302 216 541. Shem is on the line. Hello, Shem.
Hello, Nana.
Telling me I'm at the Pone Burial, so you have to invite me to Bros Barbecue.
Oh, Nana, don't worry. I'll pay you a visit very,
no,
very,
I
very,
have
very,
to
very,
come. I'll come to yours, don't worry. Anyway, let me hear you.
Nana, you see, my problem is we are in Ghana and we have very, very, very credible. Yet, when it's that topic, we always play the ostrich. Nana, what is the EC doing about some of it? It's quite alarming. Get it? At the end of the day, the EC can come up and say, hey, all the political parties, you are campaigning with so and so money. If bring forward your financiers or whoever. Nana, these are very simple things. But in Ghana, we make it seem as if it's rocket science, as if we are going to space, as if it's nothing that can be done. But we can really do something. I wonder, sometimes I'm like, hey, so are these the global people who are at the top thinking for us? It's very simple. Put legislation there. Hey, 10 political parties, this is the amount of money you need to do campaign with. We have worked and knew maybe 10,000 possible to go to all the regions and do your campaign. Now, if you plan on doing something extra, you need to plan on doing illegal. This is no rocket science. But we are in Ghana. We'll be here talking about it and about it. And now we need to take a stand. And I do something about it. Some of us are willing to put our heads on the line of these courses. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling, my brother. Nana, I think all registered members of a political party in a constituency should have voting rights. This will make it impossible to bribe everyone. I think it's the only way out to make sure the right person is elected at the primary level. McKay in USA. McKay, take care, wear your masks and keep your social distances. But Kofi is on the line. Kofi.
Yeah, good evening, Nana. How are you?
I'm very well.
Well, great. Sometimes I just want to sit back and listen, but when I hear people blaming the populace, then I come out. It is not our fault. I've been saying this countless times. If some delegates somewhere are demanding fridge because they know that you have stolen so much money as a minister and you're supposed to come and give them some of their own tax money, how do you blame the rest of us? How many delegates are there? Do we all vote? Some elsewhere in the world, all party members vote to elect their parliamentarians, among others. But here, it's only a handful of people. Even before you become a delegate, it's Kululu. You have to go through so many corrupt processes before you are appointed or nominated to become a delegate. And people choose delegates to impose them on the party simply because they want to campaign, like the party chairman want to actually become MPs. So they do all these things. So you won't get it right. So don't blame us for some of these things. Politics is simply, as somebody said, it is simply putting someone's selfish interest forward as the public interest. That's basically what it is. So they come into office, and what do you expect them to do? They're coming to steal. Look at the way that they are clamoring to become majority. Everybody wants to be majority, even though the numbers do not add to that level. Why would this be so? Why do they want all the committees? Why do you think that they are fighting? Why do you think that members of parliament will be snatching ballot papers in parliament? Why do you think that they'll be taking ballot boxes in parliament? Is that 50 cards? It is simply because of their own pockets, what they will get. They are not thinking about you. Those people are never thinking about. If they are, today Ghana would have been so perfect, because oftentimes they always say that they are the best, they are the most intelligent. They left America, Canada. If you look at how some of them are citizens of other parts of the world and still want to come and lord over us, it is all because of money. And if indeed they are the best, then Ghana should be heaven today. But Ghana is not. That tells you that the people that we have at leadership are really, really bogus. Thank you.
Some of them don't say all. You have to be politically correct. Maybe say some. This is a very heart-wrenching message. So, Nana, are there any good stories anywhere? Any one or two MPs who had to do nothing but love their people and convince them of the agenda and were voted for? We should showcase such people if there are any. So you are out there, maybe in your town, your MP came and said, listen, I don't have a penny, but I tell you, I'm going into parliament, and when I go there, I'm going to make sure your waters are clean, or I'm going to make sure there's jobs here, something, I don't know. We would definitely want to give the platform to such a person. Nee is on the line. Hello, Nee.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I think we've got a long way to go as a nation. Because one thing about where our leaders are taking the money from. The thing about is, give us money so that we'll vote for you. So how is it going to work well? It comes to power. So as a nation, we've got a long way to go. So we change our minds. I think we'll still get the same bunch of indisciplined leaders in parliament.
You see, one thing I keep saying is that, if you've ever met these, some MPs, let me see, if you've met them, look, they are very switched on and, very level-headed and quite exposed and depth. Maybe not all, but most. However, I think, Charlie, every man is a survivor. If you lost an election and you owed 800,000, guess the person who won, how much does he owe? Because he probably gave more. Now he's got 4 guaranteed years to pay back probably 1 million Ghana cedis, 500,000 Ghana cedis. That's guaranteed. And so to your back. How? And then such a person gets, a ministry. He gets a ministry. He has to pay back. If I'm going to award you a contract, know that my percentage is in there. And these days now, it's not first. It was kickback. You take the money, go and do the contract, and then you come and split the profit. No. Go and find some money from somewhere. Come and put it down. I give you the contract. The money is not even ready. Whilst you're executing the contract, government is also running around for a loan, and then maybe one day they'll pay you. But for now, dear, kick front, no more kick back. Why? Because they are indebted. Ebenezer is on the line. Hello.
Good evening and a happy new year.
Same to you, my brother.
So, if somebody asks money before he or she votes, I don't see why that is justification for you to turn your attention to state funds in order to recoup your investment. So please, that one, let's put it aside. But, in China, when you steal state funds, they cut off your head. Nana, you remember the quality green scandal, LBD called Juliet Cotton. We ended up giving her $20 million for no work done. Okay, she didn't supply even 1 grain of rice. But the U.S. government jailed her 15 years, and they didn't lose one cent from that deal. Their reason was that she had made them look, bad in the eyes of the international community. For that, they ended up spending 15 years. So I'm just wondering, why can't we do the same thing in this country? Nana, that's one you have to help me. There has to be a way to be able to track, the source of funding of these politicians and punish them. Something must be done, or we are doomed for life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you want somebody to be punished, you steal a chicken, if you steal yam, if you pick pockets, you get punished. If you don't want to get punished, Joe, 1 million, 5 million, they'll form a commission, whatever it is, and you go home. So that's the rule. If you know you want to commit a crime but don't want to get punished, Joe, make sure you're going in big time. 10 million, 20 million. They'll form a commission, a committee, whatever it is. That's the end. Go and steal 5 tubers of yam. Within 3 weeks, your 5 years in prison will start. But Katito is on the line. Hello, Katito.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Before my contribution, I want to extend my greetings to Dr. Cosby Gabra, wherever he is.
Okay.
But, Nana, I want to find out from Ghanaians. I want to ask Ghanaians, have they asked themselves why NDC and NPP, why they are refusing to let Ghanaians elect a chief justice? Have Ghanaians find out to ask the reason why NDC and NPP are not allowing us to vote for the Inspector General of Police? Have Ghanaians find out the reason why NDC and NPP they are not allowing us to vote for the Electoral Commissioner? If they really love Ghana, it's not about politics. The Ghana project, if they really love Ghana, the institutions that we claim are creating problems for us in our mind, they should allow us to be voting for them like the way we've been voting for NDC and NPP. But they've done the thing in such a way that it's about their interest. Look at somebody like, let me mention a name.
No, don't mention names. Just
I shouldn't mention names.
No,
okay, I'll not mention names.
Yes.
But I'll give a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody called 8 gallant foot soldiers of a political party as criminals. They were criminals because they were shot. The same group of people conspired and voted for the person as a speaker. That does it rhyme with you calling some a group innocent people who were defending the constitution?
Your submission is getting a bit technical, but thank you very much for calling. Nana, may you live long. I agree perfectly with your opinion on this logic. I have participated in 5 general elections. I always have this joyous feeling in my heart for not voting for any parliamentary candidate in these 5 elections because of corruption, insults, and their do or die attitude. Gershon Awudi in Botown. This topic is deep. It's so pathetic. What examples are the leaders showing and teaching the next generation? Integrity is crucial in all aspects of our life. Mrs. Anefi Apreku. Matayeko Afienya. As you know, Abeku was on the 1s and 2s. Iggy is next with Overdrive, playing some serious gospel. At least we have to pray for the country. We have to pray for the youth. Jesus Christ. But as you all know, first week in April, Easter, all roads lead to Adumasa. I will be officially a senior citizen at 50. I would have been on this throne or the stool for 10 good years. I'm sure you want to come to the Little Republic to come and see this loud chief, then now you groom her. They have to come. Ohiniri's birthday has also been postponed to then. So 23rd, there will be no celebration. It's all gone to April. Again, you have postponed by chieftaincy decree. So chieftaincy decree, my postponed birthday. But that's what we do. If this was the first time of you joining us, that's what we do every Monday at the same time by 7 o'clock. We're here. We bring a topic, we judge or we agree, we disagree, but hey, whatever it is, we try to make sure it's something that would make us better and leave a better Ghana for posterity. My name is Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Dumasan, and I'm telling you that until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And to our Wodanswa and our little and youngest audience ever, thank you for listening.